In this video, we're going to diagram 4 run plays for you and then show you NFL examples. That way you know exactly what to watch for on Sunday. Let's check it out. All right, the first play that we're going to look at is what's called power. And power is run at the NFL level, college level, youth, and high school level as well. And what power is the offensive line is going to do what we call gap blocking. It means they're going to block away from where the play is going to the backside gap. So the rules are nice and simple. Is there a man in your backside gap? Yes, block him. If not, go to the second level. So is there a man in the backside gap? Yes, the end is in this gap. Center's going to take him. Just going to the right side here. Is there a man in the gap? No. Get to the second level. Gap, yes. Gap, no. Get to the second level, okay? So you're going to get that on the front side. And then the back side is going to pull and lead up and through and try to block the first available man, okay? Now you notice no one's blocking this E. So when this E gets upfield, what's going to happen is this fullback is then going to kick him out. And then the running back is going to get the handoff up and through, follow that pulling guard up and through. Backside tackle, man in the gap. Yes, backside. Good. Block him. So that's the basis of power play is the front side is going to gap it, block the person in the gap backside. Backside guard is going to pull up and through. Fullback is going to kick out. So let's take a look at an NFL example. Okay, so this clip's actually going to be from Stanford University against Oregon Ducks, and it's the exact same thing we just drew up. Now, you can run power from an I formation. You can run it with an H-back behind the guard. There are various ways to run power. The easiest way to teach it, though, is from the I formation. So similar to what we just drew up, okay? You're going to get the down block, aka gap blocks, okay? Down and gap blocks are the same thing. You're going to get the fullback here that's going to kick out, and you're going to get the running back up and through. So we'll play this full speed to start. The quarterback's going to check at the line of scrimmage, but you'll see everybody's going to gap block away, and then you're going to get the fullback here going to kick out, and the running back's going to go up and through. And that's power. So whenever you're watching football on Sundays or Saturdays, you're watching college football, same thing, okay? Look at the line of scrimmage first, and then as we talk about more plays now, you'll be able to identify what play is which. But this is power. Pretty much every team runs a version of power. It's a great play, and as you can see, you get big chunk plays like this. All right, the next play we're going to talk about is what we call GT counter, okay? There's GH counter and there's GT counter. And a lot of times you'll hear maybe on the broadcast, they'll say, oh, they're running counter here. Counter's pretty unanimous throughout football. So what you're going to get is the play side, okay, we're going to be running the ball to the right side here, is going to gap block or down block away from the play. So he's going to block backside. They're both going to secure the double team and then work backside here. Now, the difference between power and counter is we're actually going to pull to backside, okay? So he's going to pull and he's going to kick out the defensive end. So we'll draw it like that. And then the tackle is going to lead up and through and block this Mike back. So counter, GT stands for guard and tackle. We're going to pull the guard and the tackle, and then the running back is going to lead right up and through here. So that's GT counter. If we wanted to go GH counter, all we would do is bring this H back into the mix. You may see him line up here on the hip of the tackle, but same thing. We're going to pull the G, right? So we'll get gap block here. We're going to secure the double team to the backside backer here. And then we're going to have the guard pull, kick out the end again, and then the H is actually going to act as the tackle and lead up through. This tackle here is going to secure the backside. So that's your GT counter. And if you're wondering when we run GT counter, well, what happens with this backside end? Again, if he's pulling up and through to kick out, he's leading up and through. The quarterback will read him. And if he goes down the line of scrimmage like this, he's going to pull the football and wrap out this way. If he sits and waits on the quarterback, then we have the numbers advantage. So we're going to take a look at a game cut up now. So that way you can understand GT counter. Okay, this clip we have from you is from Oklahoma running GT counter. Same way we drew it up. We're going to get all of our gap blocks from the front side. Back side is going to pull, and you'll see the running back come up and through. So we'll play it a few times so you can see it. But there's the kick out, there's the lead up and through, and of course, it's just a foot race to the end zone. One more time, and I'll try to slow it down. There's your guard pull, tackle up and through. Everyone's gap blocking away, and then that thing hits clean, nice and through. So that is your GT counter. Again, if you want to get the H involved, you can and make a GH counter. But in the NFL and college level, you'll see coaches mix this up in a variety of ways. It doesn't always have to be a handoff to the running back. It could be also a quarterback run. And before we get to the next run play, we want to let you know we have the Ultimate Football Guide in the description below. It has all these run plays, much more pass plays, and it truly is the ultimate guide to learning football, so be sure to check that out. All right, so we're going to talk about inside zone. This is one of the more simple plays to see mainly on Saturday because a lot of teams, college teams will run it and they'll pair it with RPOs on the back end. But when we talk about inside zone, okay, nobody's going to pull. We're going to rely on double teams and our size of the offensive line to move these defensive players. So we're going to be running inside zone to the left, meaning the running back is going to go this way. So what's going to happen? Tackle is going to block on, okay? The center and guard are going to combo for the Sam and the nose here. So you're going to see both of these players work to here and then work. One of them is going to work off based on what the Sam does. If the Sam wraps this way, the center has to break off. If the Sam goes this way and stays in his gap, the guard will break off, okay? So both of those alignment are working their double teams and keeping their head up. Next, the guard and tackle here are working tackle to Mike. Same exact rules. They're going to step to double team, and if this Mike fires now, he then has to break off. And then this running back is just looking to find a crease. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, we're not blocking this end, so what do we do with him, right? Well, the quarterback is going to read him, okay? That's why if you hear any zone read plays, this is an example of a zone read, okay? We're going to run zone blocking up front, and then we're going to read this player. If this player tries to chase the running back, you'll see the quarterback pull the football and then run off the edge by himself. If the defensive end stays and waits on the quarterback, then he's going to hand it off because we have everybody blocked up here, and the quarterback is then holding this player to make sure that he can't dive and bend. So we call this a conflict player because he's always going to be wrong. He dives, we're pulling it. He stays, we're going to give it. But it's a way for us to keep the numbers in the box to the offense's advantage. That way we can get the ball to the running back, have him find a lane, and then hopefully score 6 points. Okay, I thought this was a great clip that we grabbed from the UFL. We're going to show them some love right now. So same action, okay, we're going to get the running back going across the quarterback's face here. And what you're going to see here is San Antonio is going to run what we call a split action. So it's inside zone split where this H-back is lined up in this alignment. He's going to go across the formation and try to kick out this player they're not reading, okay? But like we talked about in the diagram, let's pretend that this player is not even here right now, and then look what we get. Everybody's going to step, look into double team, okay? That Mike linebacker is starting to go now, so that tackle has to come off. That way he can block him. If you look at the front side here, you're getting the center and the guard are going to double to this player right here. So everyone's stepping, he leaks off the double team, and then that front side tackle, again, like we talked about, is going to kick out that defensive end, and then naturally that's where that hole opens up for the running back. If you look on the back side here, if a normal inside zone without the split action, the quarterback would just be reading this player. He starts to dive down. Look what happened if he pulled it. There's nobody out here right now, okay? So that's what the quarterback is reading if it wasn't a split play. But because it's a split play, he can hand it off without any issues because that split player is going to block him regardless. But this, I thought, was a great clip of looking at inside zone and the benefits of what it is as a double team, move the line of scrimmage, get bodies on the second level, and then let that running back find a hole between the B gaps. That way he can hit it and get upfield and get positive yards as he does here. All right, the next play is what we call outside zone. And outside zone is exactly what it sounds like. We're trying to get to the outside. So what the offensive linemen are going to do is all of them are going to try to reach block, meaning we're going to try to get to the outside shoulder and pin the player back to the inside. So whoever the man is in your play side gap, so we're going to run the ball to the right side here. So whoever's to the right side gap, we're just going to try to reach and pin, okay? Nobody in the right side gap here. So we're going to secure ourselves, make sure no one penetrates on the backside, and then we're going to work up to second level. Same thing here. I got to try to reach to cut off, and then reach to secure the gap, make sure there's no stunts or anything, and then get to second level. But you notice holes will start to open up if the defensive lineman doesn't move. If they just stay where they're at, that's where you see these gaping holes. If you think of back to Chip Kelly when he was the first year with the Eagles, that's where LeSean McCoy was getting these massive holes because everything was getting stretched out, and then LeSean McCoy was just putting his foot in the ground and then getting north. So the running back's path is either try to find a hole here or try to take this thing to the outside, and hopefully your tackle and guard can win on the front side. That way it can create a bigger hole. Let's check out some film. All right, we're going to look at this play here. And in my opinion, no one runs outside zone better than Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. So what you're going to see is exactly what we talked about. This left tackle here is going to try to reach block to the outside. This guard here is going to try to reach block him. The center is going to try to reach block and try to pin 58 and then work up to 0. Okay, so everybody in this clip is taking a step to our right, but their left. And you watch, it's essentially poetry motion, right? Watch these guys move. Everyone's first step, okay? He slides in the box. Look at everybody's moving together to the left side here. Now I know for this play they put a fullback in to try to lead through, but the whole premise of outside zone again is everybody's trying to stretch the defense as wide as they can. All right, so starting looking at this side on over here, look at everybody take that lateral step to try to reach, and then you see naturally the holes open up. 58 here gets cut off by the center, so naturally this gap right here gets opened up, and then that fullback's able to run right through, get a piece of the linebacker, and then as good as Christian McCaffrey is in open field, he rips him for a good 30 yards down the sideline. But it's all set up by this outside zone premise of everybody taking a step to the outside to try to reach block and cut off those angles. That way you can find a little seam for the running back to run through, and this is what happens. You get big time gains from it. So those are our 4 run plays. We hope you liked it. If you want to see us make more videos on pass plays or even more run plays, let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out that Ultimate Football Guide in the description. It will help you learn even more. And be sure to watch this video as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.